Okay, hold on. Let me get this all started. Chapter number fucking 3. Alright. Load. Yes. Let's go. Chapter. Let me head to day 3. Alright, let's see. Back alley. So I do have a goal for today. I'm trying to hit that goal. Now, this seems to be an example of when something seems like it's going to be a harder undertaking than what it actually is. Displaying the counterfeit dealers. Any of this Vita exclusive? Okay. Let me check my Twitch page. So, a couple things I want to go over. I privatized my Twitter and removed my YouTube link because I'm going to be looking for some temp work. Seasonal. This is because I want to make a PS5 without digging into my funds. And I don't want people getting too nosy with me and checking my IG and seeing something they don't like. Or by extension my YouTube and seeing my political rants and perhaps getting annoyed by that. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna put that to rest, at least for this initial wave. So I gotta contact the troop. With that being said, I do think that if I get a job, it'll dig into my stream schedule. So I would have to go on a temporary hiatus for that. But it's a necessary hiatus, as I do want to be able to make a little bit of bread, not just for this channel, but also for my medical expenses. Hopefully, things will be a lot more quick on their end, because I do want to get this out the way, done and dusted. I do believe that I went a little too ambitious with my application. Not that I went for like a job that was, this 6-figure. It's a shopping job. It's the type of things that you see people do if they have a car and they do it like independently, like some Uber Eats type thing, except for the store. Yeah, it's not something I want to mess with. Come on, yeah. It says they gave him some tickets. Let me get it upright. This dual screen. There you go. But you know, it is for a company that is kind of a big deal. They're connected to, similarly to Twitch, Amazon, so I would probably like to work somewhere a little bit more locally. That being said, the stalker in question first started showing up around her home. He typically loiter around outside, but in the last few days he's apparently even been spotted entering the apartment. I see, so he's been stalking out the area then. The thing is, neither Risha nor I have actually seen him firsthand. How do I put this? I just get this feeling someone's watching me every now and then. It's just a feeling though. Alright. He was described as being a short boy, maybe around 14 or 15 years of age. His face was well hidden thanks to the hat, so we didn't have any further information. Well, when you said he was in your apartment, I assume he meant like your apartment building, not just the complex itself. So I was kind of a little ahead of that because I read into it wrong. Alright, let's quickly see what we need to do in order to get this right. Nine months to clean up. Oh, so this doesn't even have like room for error. Never mind. So I don't even have to like read the guide or anything of that nature, which is great because I hate doing those things. Choose first option, second option. Knowing my ass, I probably won't even afford the downtown area. I mean, it's not the residential district, it's Western Street, but still probably pricey as shit. Before anything else, let's try to chat with everybody else here. I will say this though, if I can get a job locally, I would prefer that over working for some company that's going to be like snooping on my stuff. Like if I can get some gas station work, I wouldn't mind that. Look at all that Henny she got. I don't like how the crop is on that. I gotta use a little HDMI thing, you know, make this skin genuinely like 1080p, because things that lean a little too, you know, far to the left or right, I don't see them. Go to the drawers, check if there's any like penny sniffing to. A big ass coffee pot. That's an awfully large coffee pot. Now, there's certain things that I could probably do better on social media if I had a bit more, if I was less prideful about using my name in so many places. Okay, so there's like only two things I can investigate here. This and the bed. But there's gotta be something more I can investigate. These bushes, like, motherfuckers sneak through this shit. This reminds me, there is a person who was stalking around here. He's trying to snatch 14-year-old girls and break into the laundromat to mess with the two Mexican women working there. The Korean who owned it was saying that, you know, he was just not right in the head, and eventually when the police started investigating the area, because we started making formal complaints, he was actually, and he actually tried to like snatch and harass someone's girl who was living in the corner. His sister ended up like picking up and saying that he hasn't been taking his meds. So in places, I assume like the Western District of Crossbell, it seems like a small insular place. If you do a crime like that, everyone catches wind of it. Alright. I will say though, I've been to like cheap ass places where apartment complexes don't have locks on them. And those are the worst because my apartment complex, if you can even call it that, does get locked up, and people get upset at me because, you know, I follow those rules. I keep the place locked up. But for a lot of people, they pick and choose what they think is the standard for an apartment complex that can be locked up. I think it sets a poor example if you can just not go into a place. The way I see it, if there's an intercom outside, keep a lock and have an outside intercom anyways. So if you knock on my front doorsteps, the front steps of my little sectioned off apartment, and I say, who is it? Please give an answer. Just say anything. I'm sick and tired of people going silent. My mom described it as a dude behavior, and I have to agree. It is like this thing I have to deal with men where, even back in the day, my younger bro, if he knocked on my steps and I said, who, go silent on purpose. So far, like, that's one of the things where I'm gonna be on my girl boss shit. Women are on point with that. If they knock on your steps and you say, oh, who it is was good, they're gonna give you an answer, because a lot of dudes just don't have a sense of danger. They don't think about the optics of what they're doing. They just do the shit. Okay, so what about this lobby section? The elderly people know what the fuck they're doing. Call the police. At least these guys aren't taking it personally anymore, going, they don't see us as real cops. They're like, nah, you don't be knowing shit about the situation. So if they didn't get here from the outside, from the front steps, how did they get in here? We're gonna have to check the windows. Okay, detective book. Let's see what's going on. Okay, we did something right. We're not gonna investigate from the outside, see how the person got in. I mean, all she really said was she didn't get it from the, she didn't hear anybody, basically. From the entrance, man, that's the thing. Not from the front, so we're gonna have to check windows, vents. Uninteresting face. This is why I could never get away with like stalking, because I look too unique, man. You gotta look like a fucking Stan ass dude. I'm thinking like climbing through the windows, but that doesn't make a lot of sense because we saw that the door got scratched up. So what about through this rope? There's like a force field on that shit, so forget about that. Let's talk to the second floor guys, see what they up to. Maybe they got something new to say. Weird noise from upstairs. This is one of those classic RPG things that's basically a test of if you can figure out the sequence trigger. She left a fucking glass of Henny. Like, come on, bro. You gotta do better than that. Alright, let's see. This big ass teacup. Doesn't get in through the main entrance. Is there like a... You know what I realized, I remember, our headquarters thing had like a weird... Wait, there you go, okay. This way. There was like a hidden treasure around here, so... See, I thought about stuff like this. When I used to go to this park as a kid, you know, below the handball court was an apartment complex, and I actually knew the family that was living in the basement there. I used to play Call of Duty with the kid there, and I think it was Call of Duty. I didn't know how to play shooters, though. I still don't. I'd known them for quite a while, and I just thought the whole ordeal was interesting because it was like I could really just hop down there and like break into their stuff. And I knew the guys who used to be there. There were multiple factions. They were all kind of Goonie Goons. But I guess they wouldn't have the knees to withstand jumping down and getting there. Unless they did a little bit of parkour. Which wasn't really as popular then as it was now because of the Vine era. Vine really made parkour stick out to people. I mean, I was doing parkour type shit just because I'm a ninja, but whatever. So ordinarily this would be the point where people are like, in any other quest, there's one thing you gotta check. It's trying to get you a little too exuberant with it. Alright, so... now you want me to actually do a proper investigation of Ilya's room. Well, that's kind of what I've been trying to do for a while. I remember back in the day we used to like keep our apartment complex locked, you know, but like occasionally someone would make a mistake and a neighbor would come in if they saw that our door was left wide open and just start moaning. Hey! I want to know if there's someone there that, you know, you should check out the door, you left it open for a while. Thing is, no one was there, so you just have to tell us after the fact that you guys left your door open. It was one of those weird things that I noticed, which is that like little repetitious movements, mistakes get made like that. People accidentally forget to close the door on their way out and lock it, leaving it busted open. Alright, I'm gonna go back to sitting on the couch. Alright, so that is the main culprit. Alcohol does cause a lot of liver damage. Especially because of the quality of water that we drink it from. Hell no, that spiked the shit out of my tinnitus. I wobbled my head and got rid of it a little bit. So it's cold as shit now. We got a freeze warning a bit earlier on my laptop and I thought, you know, that's probably not gonna lead to anything. No, it did. This shit was absolutely the stuff of nightmares. Yeah, I noticed people kind of describe this Stalker as being unremarkable looking, but their design is pretty grungy. The hair is longer than I expected. I expected the like Harold Urich hair length, but look at those locks. Okay, so it was essentially an act of classism. I mean, obviously the person had no malice. They were just trying to scare you a little. But they didn't realize that Ilya was built differently. You're gonna sexually assault a child. This is why I can't stand Ilya. I mean, I'm warming up to her a little bit. I realize she even has similar hair to Cecile. I've been on that receiving end when I accidentally like touched someone the way I shouldn't have, and then I tried to like explain it, but I ended up making it worse. Sometimes people will do stuff and it's not even what they do, it's how they talk themselves into like a harassment charge or a harassment investigation. That's always fucking hilarious. Whatever, so in a few I'll be in one of my favorite sections of the game, so I should get started looking forward to that. She says something different every time. But she doesn't say wah wah the way she did in chapter 2. I don't know how I feel about that though. You know, I'm feeling like a cheapskate, so I want to recover my thing elsewhere. Let's see, is there anywhere I can shop? Let me see, I'm trying to get some... There's an antique shop. Let me see if I can cop something here. Sitting Mishi. That's what I'm looking for. So, exchange... I need something for Randy at some point. I guess I can go to the apiary. I'm trying to get swag from my homies and homegirls. Oh man, that's essentially it. But yeah, really soon we're gonna be in one of my favorite story sections of the game. By the way, I only have 3 hours of sleep today, but for some reason I don't feel the deprivation of sleep. Armorica Village. I'm gonna head to Armorica, get some shit done there. Banana, 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 banana. Alright, that works. The 6-8 kind of. Carp, roe, red flies. Banana, 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 banana. Alright, that's actually good that I wasn't able to get it there because I didn't want to waste that Cossagene. So how many recipes do I not have at the moment? I have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So the same as it was for a couple streams now. I got 8 whole recipes that I need to work on. I was hoping for something from Lundy, but whatever. Any ingredients that I'm lacking? Alright, nah. It's so weird, like, being able to use my Twitter on a private and not linking some of my other socials or platforms. it creates the same like discomfort as like being like suspended or something. Like the only thing is that I can like change it at a dime. So it's weird. Some people have like an anxiety for like attention, but I guess I have a weird anxiety for not it. What does that say about like me and the shit that I've been through in life? Probably nothing good, but it's whatever, I guess. I'm just gonna buy stuff to raise everybody's affinity with me and things of that nature. Oh, they got Rishia's thing. That's cool now. It's got this like there's gotta be somewhere I can like buy stuff around here. I don't know why I'm expecting like a commercial zone, but this is like some headstones and things of that nature. Yeah, that is kind of weird. I mean, obviously, if she's possibly looking at the grave of a young loved one. Alright, cool. I didn't expect it to be part of the quest, but I guess it's whatever. You know, with the lighting, that it kind of makes it weird. I just hope I'm not messing up on it. Like, I don't know what the room of error is, and it doesn't seem like a particularly sunny day, so I guess all of that is worth considering. I could go to the hospital. Besides all that, let's see. Let me go to Western Street, actually, just another locale. Shop by. Alright. Let me see. There's like a fishing spot around here. Yeah, that seems to be it. So we got some Shitsunus shows. I'll have to look that up. I say it all the time, but it's weird how I don't like doing homework for any of the games that I play anymore. I got all this time to do it. Thing for me is that where do I go now? Ah, my legs are so fucking cold. Wait, hold on. Let me check to see if I've been about my fighting. Alright, it's coming along, so that means it's like not at that level where she even wants to see it. I'm in the right place, I just gotta keep going with it. Yeah, that seems more like something Lloyd would know about. Tangram Gate. I assume that's to the west side. I don't know if I told you guys, but I did see Jurassic World. On Twitter, I mentioned that it was basically a Hallmark movie, which is something I said similarly about Are We There Yet, but Jurassic World kind of leans into it a little more. I also thought that the character Bryce plays, the Claire lady, she seems to probably have been like originally written to be the mom of those kids, but over time, I guess they rewrote her to be the aunt, because the way the kids act with her, they feel neglected by her and shit. Fish hot pot. Things are sharp. That's like a pita ride. You got the olive green, baby blue, yellow, red. Alright, let's see. Yeah, they're really trying to make this lady seem like she's sus because she's just talking about how sus other people are, but it's a quote-unquote woman moment thing. Yeah, they're not gonna pull in Estelle and Joshua because they're probably half siblings, or at the very least, one of them's got a bunch of recessive genes. I'm betting on the pink hair lady. So that's Kilika from the early Trails in the Sky series, sub-series. It reminds me of how Hanzo from Hunter x Hunter introduced himself. Also, Ash Ketchum won a ring, and I got a little hype for that. Now, this isn't the first time Ash Ketchum won a title like that, but this is certainly the first time he's done it in a place that's like recognized enough to where he's master for it. When he did that shit in Alola was like still a relatively new area, so he didn't get the full shebang bang the way he did now, so it was a win with an asterisk. I think they're going to do that a lot more with the Pokemon series now, where already with Phase 6 that was like in 2017, 2016, they gave Ash Ketchum a win with an asterisk, but now I can do that, well, not a win with an asterisk. He lost the finals. So he got to the finals and then lost, but then he beat the guy when he became an antagonist much later on, so it was kind of like if only you were just this much better, you could have won an event because you beat his ass afterwards anyway. So I guess he could start losing again in the next region, but I think the point is they're trying to give him W's that have more context to them. Because when you finally win the title, there's always an asterisk. There's always a reason you want to do it again. Okay. Reminds you of that I came here to fish meme. I got fish to catch. I just want to grill like this apolitical man who's really only out there to fulfill his passions in life. Okay, through the gate. So this gate. I am freezing like crazy. Similar, I guess Tom Brady is going to try to go for an 8th ring, even though he finally won a ring with a team other than the New England Patriots. That was the team he was in before he joined Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, I'm not a football fan, but I do hope this guy wins a ring, not out of any sort of like interest in the sport, but because he done lost his wife and kids trying to like get another ring when he promised he'd retire. Yeah, but it would be hard to screen for someone who's not going to freak out and fold when they get pinched. Mishi, which hasn't been built yet. Yeah, they're really building up the political issue of why Crossbow needs independence, because obviously them lacking sovereignty over these like two states that kind of agreed to be neutral to Crossbow means that they really can't slap the cuffs on motherfuckers from either of these nations. It's like when you see those criminals with like 37 priors getting slaps on the wrist when they come here, or just getting out of prison super early. You see, I think if this story had started off maybe with like a chapter 2 mindset for that level of skepticism with us as underdogs, and even this chapter 3 one where it's like, yeah, you're still diamonds in the rough, but you just have a great undertaking before you, trying to be community police for Crossbow when no one has faith in Crossbow. That I would be okay with. Everything else narratively, you know, I have issues with. Like, chapters 0 and 1 left a terrible impression on me. Well, I guess that's whatever. Jonah. Jonah. Secret.
でもとりあえず行ってみた方が良さそうです。私の助けが欲しいみたいですし、逆にこちらがいや、というかどうして彼はティオにおそらく悔しいんだと思います。おととい落ちゲーの対戦で徹底的にそうなんです。その落ちゲーっていうあの小僧が清介には基本的に甘ったれですから。 とにかく他に用事がなければ世の私としても彼の依頼ない。
そうだな。
Alright, let's see. What can I do? Landy doesn't get anything. Yeah, I would like to get something for Landy, but guess that's something I'm gonna have to like walk into to figure out. Honestly, if I was Jonah and I had to like speak to him, I would go through the channel of Lloyd before Tio, since it's obvious he's the main like leader of that group. My guts is hurting right now.
よく来たじゃん、じゃないだろ。
私の助けが欲しいそうですが、一体どのような要件ですか？
いやー、ハッキングの手伝いをあんたにしてほしい。
帰ります。
ちょっと待った。どうしていきなり帰ろうとするんだよ。
そりゃ当たり前。
ふざけた。
いきなり犯罪を手伝えというのは少し乱暴す。
だから別に今のところは犯罪じゃないんだってば。それに企業とか IBC とかに仕掛けるわけじゃねえって。ちょっと厄介な相手の尻尾。
厄介な相手？
あ、食いついたな。あのさ、あんたも絶対に興味がある話だと思うし。
わかりました。ただしつまらない話だった場合、ポムットで20連作。
本当にやられたら屈辱的すぎ。
キティ？
可愛らしい名前だけど
嘘。初めてそいつと遭遇し、いくつかの会社にハッキングしてたら突然何者かにその時は慌てて侵入経路を切断してなんとか逃げたんだけど、その時にこっちを小バカにするように。それ以来たまにこっちの
聞いた話だとハッカーと本当にあなた以外。
ああ、そりゃ最初は僕だって何かの間違いかと。僕に匹敵する天才ハッカーがこの街にもう一人いるなんてさ。
匹敵するというより、どう考えてもそのまあなたの本来の専門はシステム言語の開発。ハッキングで負けたからといって
余計な慰めはいいんだよ。とにかく僕としてはそいつに一矢報く。なんとかアドレスを割り出してその手伝いを。
今日キティがネットに
こっちもそれなりに分析と対策。どうやらキティはいつもネットに張り付いているわ。奴が興味を持ちそうなネタをね、今までの傾向から言ってこれを逃す手はねえだ。
なるほど。となるとどちらか片方がおとり役になって、その間もう片方が別のアクセスポイントか、それを何度か繰り返して、そういっただ。
へっ、あんただったらあのモードを使えばキティの処理に追いつ。僕だって色々準備はしてるから、スピードじゃ負けるつもりはないし、2対1なら絶対に尻尾をつかめるはずだぜ。
See, he's willing to work with Tio.
2つ問題が。まずハッキングの支援をするのに適当な端末が必要ということです。支援可の端末はハッキングのリスクを考えるとあまり使いたく。
だったらちょうどいい場所がある。ジオフロント A 区画の仮想にこことはコアルーターが別だから、挟み撃ちにはうってつけのはずさ。
なるほど。さすがに専門的すぎる。ただこの忙しい時にそれなら。
それは
ちょっと問題。
昨日もレースかなんかで午後の時間を使っちまう。
おいおい、そりゃないぜ。支援要請だっけ。見返りに情報も渡すんだから付き合ってくれてもいい。
でもな。
ですからこの件のロイドさんたちはこのまま支援。
ティオ。
でも役割分担ってどの道ハッキングになれば私一人、皆さんだって私一人が抜けても通常の支援業務に支障はない。
だがそのもう一つの端末ってのはさすがにちょい。
まあもうあそこの魔獣であれば。ティオちゃん
ならこうし、俺がティオに付き添うから、エリーとランディは警察。
おう、いいんじゃねえか。さすがにティオスケ一人を。
そうね、本部も忙しいでしょうから。でも
いいじゃん別に。あんたってそういうのを気にするよ。うわわ、何怒って。
わかりました。その代わり今日片付けたい用事は多分一度始めてしまう。
ああ、そうみたいだな。
Alright, well, let me check something out. Is there any like bonus things I can do? Alright.
よーし、だったら細かい
There's a
話をしても
missable,
らおう
but
ぜ。
let's just get this out the way.
私とランディは
ロヨ、ティオスケのことは頼んだぜ。
なあ、任せてくれ。ランディは仕事をサボったりするなよ。
This is my favorite part of the game. Well, one of the two parts of the game I love the most. Free, because I did mention like the first 30 minutes of the game are pretty good.
私が一応監視してるから。ティオちゃん頑張ってね。はい、エリーさんも。
そんじゃ向こうに到着したらエニグマでこっちにミッション開始すっから。
わかりました。
よくわからないけど、あまりやりすぎないでくれよ。動力ネットを利用している人に迷惑をかけるのはダメだぞ。
言われるまでもねえよ。僕もティオも多分キティも一般ユーザーに気づかれるような素人臭い真似をするもんか。
ネットという領域の水面下で2対1の鬼ごっこ、そんな感じになるはずなので心配はいらないかと。
ま、それならいいんだけど。
そんじゃよろしく頼んだぜ。さあって腹ごしらえにピザでも頼んでおこうかな。
やれやれ。それじゃあここを出てクロスベル駅の方に向かおう。ジオフロント A 区画の奥にある場所だったか。
はい、第三制御と細かい位置については。
了解。それじゃあ行こうか。
Now, I actually have been like starting to eat a lot more greens and veggies in my diet lately because I get hemorrhoids pretty quickly. A lot of fiber in my diet to essentially keep it down.
ロックされたエレベーターがあったのを覚えて認証コードを打ち込めば起動するので、そこから仮想エリアに行けるはずだ。
なるほど。
Now, if I eat like a straight up like plant based diet of just like straight fiber, I'll get the bubble guts and poop straight liquid. I'll still also get hemorrhoids and like hard poops on occasion, so.
以前 IBC の端末でヨナの居場所を突き止めた時に
Usually what it does for me is like low quality like inorganic vegetables. I start to like eat them a lot less because they're unappetizing. And then because of the lack of fiber from not eating those, I end up with hemorrhoids all over again. So I know when I'm with my pops, I just don't eat enough because that low quality food just ends up making me not want to eat even when I'm hungry.
大丈夫なのか？勝手に使ったりして。
ジオフロントそのものはクロスベル市の単に問い合わせの
そういうまあいいか。
はい。これが英区画の仮想に降りる認証コードを打ち込みます。起動します。
よし。その端末っていうのは
おそらく仮想のそれなりに歩くと。あ
あ。しかし上の階層と比べると照明とかが古いタイプみたいだな。もしかして建造された。
ええ、この辺りは初期の頃のジオフロント自体20年前から続いている割と場当たり的な仕様変更で複雑な構造になった当時の発注に関しては議員の利権がは
あ、なる。それにしてもかなり広そう。こんなところに一人で来よう。
それはすみません。
She's doing that trembling voice thing again.
いいよ。とにかく怪我しないように俺の方も全力で
はい。でしたらエリーさんやランディさんみたいに。
なあ、いいかもしれないな。よし、せっかく二人きりだし。
はい。
行くぞみんな。はい。俺の番だな。それ。
Earth, wind.
エニグマ駆動。
任せてくれ。
やあ。 私の番です。ドライブ開始。
That would have probably been a problem in like harder difficulty settings, but I'm gonna have you be my hill monkey. Alright. This is what I was looking for. Okay, so we got a loop around, that's good. So that means he runs away. We got an impede off, I think. Alright. I haven't been messing with my equipment that much. I do think Robbie Draymond is a good fit for him as his English VA. I'm all about the static.
さてとドライブ開始やあ
よし、もう大丈夫だ。俺の番だな。やっや
さてとへい
俺の番だな。せいや
はい
It's not to sound like that. I quit my life. I hate it. But I give it this. Because it's alive and well. Oh man, I broke my fucking rib right there. Gentle code. So, who do I give that to? Okay, that matches with the defensive build that I kept with him. So I lost the packing slip for the game. Not that I need the packing slip to make a return, but that is gonna affect my plans and my expenditures going forward, because it means I'm probably gonna need a PlayStation 5 a lot earlier on, and I do have concerns about getting a PlayStation 5. Concerns that mostly stem from the situation with my account and stuff like that. Let me see if I missed out on any treasure.
ジオフロント内の環境本来は災害時や過去の事例どうやら誤作動で他にも何機かありそう。
そうか、そういうことなら。
はい、そこの装置で
せてくれ。えいっと。
行きます。
Get them impedes off.
やっと。これが俺たちの力だ。
At least I don't have to feel like I'm behind on multiple games. Really, I'm behind on a console. And while that does sound worse, in reality it means that I don't gotta worry about that for a while now. There's other things that I'm concerned about though, like is my younger bro gonna let me down when it comes to like this account the way he did with like the last account? Because I'm comfortable with this account. Originally, I was on the fence about this one. I kind of wanted to be on with my other one, but for now, I actually enjoy the setup I have now. Like, I don't want to like have to contact people one by one, ask them, hey, I switched accounts, so if you want to stay in touch with me, this is my new one. I'm done with that shit. Okay, so this is backtracking. Get that impede off. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Chira. Tactics is amazing. Fuels, let's see. So this improves her movement, but do I want her to actually be someone that moves? Actually, I do want her to have good movement because I like to flank with her. Alright, that makes sense. Man's an invasion tank now. Alright, so... Art, Gorgon Breath.
行きます。
Hey, this bitch. Let's see. What is good? Weirdly enough, the next game I'm playing, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Remake Reunion, that one's also an underdog story, and I think it does a better job early on of being that underdog because it's not so OD with it, so... Oh, that's one of the few praises I'll give to Crisis Core story, because it's really deserving of a lot of praise. It's a story that deserves a lot of criticism, if anything. Criticism it doesn't often get because it's one of those handheld games on the PSP that got overpraised to fucking death. That's a monster chest. I'm not gonna open those because oftentimes you really don't want to do that shit. You want to wait until you're at a decent level before you start any of this shit. So that's where we have to be, but what about this area right here? Hopefully when I get my copy of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, they'll give it to me correctly and not have the PlayStation 5 version. Because otherwise that means that I have to play a Saga game and I'm gonna end up really behind.
どうやら終点、多分この近くに。これは
くそ、仮想の主ティオ、なんとかいけ。あ、
はい。
Alright.
めんどくさいです。
We don't got a healer on us to like keep things simplified, so or someone that can blind this guy, so alright, let's go. Okay, so he can be burned. and poisoned, so...
さてと。
よし。任せてくれ。さあ行くぞ。だータイガーチャージ。
The only reason I'm using my S-Craft is because I want to get that trophy out the way. I don't S-Craft spam in this game a lot, and that's kind of a praise to the combat system.
エニグマ駆動。
任せてくれ。えいはっ。そこだ。俺の番だな。
やあ。さてと。エニグマ駆動。
やあ。俺の番だな。
それ。データ収集終了しました。
ティオ大丈夫か。ずいぶん苦戦しちゃったけど。
いえ、ロイドさんの方は大丈夫です。
ランディ曰く。しかしランディとエリーがいたらもっと日頃からどれだけあの二人に助けられていたか身に染みたよ。なんか変。
いえ、こちら第三制御端末は早速。
あ
Okay, well, what about this one?
あこの端末が。
第三制ここと。
なるほど。それじゃ。
はい、エリーさんたちから。
ああヨナ。
あんたか。
ああちょうど
オッケーオッケー。そんじゃそうだあんた。
スピーカーを。
エニグマの裏側にある赤いスイッチをそうすると。
こうか。
聞こえるようになっただ。
なるほど。
消費よな。後のだ。
ああ、キティが現れたら
了解しました。
よろしく。
ええ、ハッキング私が一人で行く。
でも実際結果オーライ。そのそういえばミッシーだ。ずいぶん気に入ったんだな。そんなストラップ。
ええ、そうかもしれませんね。私はあまり物には不思議とこれだけはずっと持ち続け。
これここに来てから買ったものじゃないのか。確かクロスベルのご当地キャラクター。
これはもらったもん5年くらい前に。ガイ・バニングス、ロイドさんの鬼。
ああいやもちろんそう。ティオって兄貴と面識は。
はい、
知らなかった。なんだよ。でもティオは確かレマン自治州から来たんだろ。どうして兄貴と。 しばらく旅に出るって一体どこに行くつもりなのさ。
レミフェリア公国だ。なにしばらくと言っても2ヶ月。実はとびっきり可愛い女。
あれはティオの。
多分私が9歳のレミフェリアにある実家まで。
レミフェリア。ティオの出身はそこなのか。
はい。と言ってもあまりもうほとんど。
そのティオのご両親は
元気だと思います。3年前に胃腸出てからある事情でガイさんに保護、そしてなんとか回復した後。
そうでもどうしてまた。
ロイドさん、私が普通の人間。
違うなんて。
事実ですから。外界の事象に関して普通の人には聞き取れない、普通の人には見えない、普通の人には感じられない。そして人の感情や心。日曜学校に通っていても周りの子たちとは違ったもん。そして見えない悪意や好奇心も。両親は私を愛してくれましたが、次第にうちの空気が張り詰めて、ああ帰ってこなければよかった。そして気づいたら私は列車に乗っていました。共和国を経由してクロスベルに向かう。
そうか、ティオは兄貴に会い。
そうかもしれません。そのマスコットをプレゼントしてくれ。安心しろ。きっとお前は幸せに。もしそうならなかったらいつでもお前を不幸にする原因を一緒にぶっ飛ばしてやるか。
いかにも兄貴が言いそうな言葉だけど。
My controller is making that annoying thing where it's cutting off, so I'm probably gonna be muting randomly as I speak.
ちょうど
That's the fucking worst.
途方に暮れていた私はエプスタイン財団の人とし、その官王力を見込まれて当時発足したそしてレマン自治州に渡り財団の。そして3ヶ月前。
ティオ、
あ
ごめんな。突然いなくなっちまうような女の子との約束を守らないなんて。
ロイドさん、ヨナみたいですね。
キティが現れた。今ちょうどこっちが用意した。追い込んでいくからサポートを始めてくれ。
わかりました。
俺は高みの。ティオ、無茶だけはする。
はい。アクセス A4 システム起動。ネットワーク上のリソースのキティが来るの。
はいはい、待て。こういうキティのやつもうプロテク。うわー、せっかく用意した。信じろ。
落ち着いてよな。おそらく圧倒的な処理能力で焦らず2歩先を読ん。
くそ、もうちゃいやが。第4ターミナル、第17ターミナル、第25ターミナルに追い込んだ。そっちの領域で行ったぞ。
確認しました。これが確かに早い。 A4 システム開放。行きます。
こちらも確認。このまま行けばそっちだけで来て。
いいえ、あなたやキティと違って A 音がダウンしたらダウン覚悟で限界まで処理を高めてキティの退路を塞ぐ。おそらくキティはもう一度タイミングを見計らってコンマ1秒以内で捕まえてください。
ああ、もう分かった。
それでは A 音システムリミットブレイク。
This was Final Fantasy VII. All of this would be one giant mini game.
今です。
そこだー。よっしゃ
やったのか。
いえ、そう。
大丈夫か。
はい。ちょっと処理を上げすぎたせいで目を回してしまいました。
まったく。あのさ、兄貴がした約束、俺にもし幸せになれなかったらいつでも呼んでくれ。お前を不幸にする原因を 一緒にぶっ飛ばしてやる。悔しいけど兄貴はパワーにしても行動力にしてもまだまだ足元にも及んじゃいない。
So that's the one underdog story where I can like kind of praise this game is Lloyd feeling like he needs to catch up to his bro.
でも俺頑張るから。その約束を守れる。
There's another one
で
that's
かい男になってみせるからさ。
for another character that I think is kind of relevant too, but that's until later on.
不思議ですね。
There's a lot of interesting rivalries in this series, this sub-series of crossbow
ロイド
games.
さんとバイさんってそれでもどこか似たようなものを魂の張りようというか。
俺と兄貴が。
はいでもやっぱりロイドさんはロイドさんであってガイさんと同じじゃ。それはロイドさんが一番分かっている。
それは
ですからどうせ約束してくれるのなら
え
別に今すぐじゃなくロイドさんの言葉で私に思いついたらで結構ですから。それに私も一方的に守られるのも私だって同じ支援課のメンバー。
そうだな。
どうしたんですか。
いやちゃんと笑ってる顔初めて見。
別に笑っています。これは
ティオ元がすごく可愛いんだから普通に笑えば。
すごく
Jonah is like, hey, y'all fucking?
おっと
ヨナいつから
いや笑ってる顔は初めてとかなんだなんか珍しいもん起きまさかあんたがそんな風に慌てるなんてね。
それ以上無駄口を叩いたらポムットで40連。
それは仕様的に無理だからってあんたなら本当にやりかね。
それでヨナキティの正体は。
僕を誰だと思ってるんだっつうの。無事アドレスは掴んだからそっちにも情報を送るぜ。
I think Jonah might be one of my faves in this story.
妙な添付ファイルがついてるみたいですけど。
添付ファイルってなんだこりゃ。アドレスを割り出したログにどうしてこんなものが。
開いてみましょうか。
これは
なんちょっと待って、これって
居場所を突き止められた仕返しにハッキングを受けたみたいですね。いいえ最初から手のひら。そうなるとダミー情報を
おい大丈
Face
夫か。
Dusk.
あの状況でアドレスを偽装するだったらアドレスを解析すればなんとかアクセス。いやでも
おーい
まあ放っておいて報酬のメモリークォーツも受け。
なんかいろいろありすぎて。
この近くに出口付近。それを起動させて。
ああそうするか。おっと なんだかんだ言って
そうですね。
ティオどうし
なんでもなく早くヨナのところにも。それに
そうだな。
ローゼンベルク。
ちょっと待って、ローゼンベルク工房って北の参道の途中に。
そうだよ。でもキティのアドレスを返す何の冗談。
確かに。
どういうことなの。あの工房にキティがいたら。
その現在実習内にしか。あとは湖の対岸にある保養地ミシュラムくらい。
無線の動力波は不安定だから普通の動力通信にしか使われない。大量の情報のやり取りをする動力ネットはウルスラ病院とミシュラムだって固定に動力ケーブルが通ってるし。でもどう考えても参道外れの工房に動力ケーブルが敷かれてるわけがない。ああもう
まさかな。
まあ謎は残され。それでは
あんたらの助けがなかった。
これが
ぶっちゃけて言うとルバーチェ絡みの関連情報もまとめといたから。
それは。
なるほど。確かに一番。
言っとくけど知ってるやつなら全部知ってるような情報ばかりだ。例えば警察の上層部。
いや助かるよ。そういう情報が回ってこなくて。
あっそもう今日はもうね。また明日さっきの手がかりをもとに。
He's doing the Elliot Hulse. Remember when Elliot Hulse had that deep tissue massage and he started like kicking his arms and legs back and forth?
まあほどほど。せっかくの記念祭なんだから引きこもってばかりいないで。
うるせえ。この弟系装飾男子を装った食いまくりのリア充野郎が。
Now, normie is like some modern speak, but connecting everything with ass like that, that's also like AAVE. This crap right there. That's some straight up Ebonics.
意味不明だけど不当に中傷してるみ。
そういえばロイドさん記念祭の初日に。その後もノエルさんたち姉妹と。なるほど。経験者。い
そのティオさん。
え特に。
Yeah, Lloyd has hose.
メモリークォーツをこれで一通りの
結構揃っ。
今まで不明なところまとまった形で確認。
そんじゃまあ
ああ。
Revanche is the largest criminal organization currently operating within Crossbow State. Its inception dates back to roughly 1130 of the Septian calendar, coinciding with the founding of the state itself. As the name Revanche & Co. would suggest, its fortune amassed by smuggling goods between the Empire and the Republic under the guise of a trading company. In turn, Revanche was able to seize control of Crossbow's underworld. Currently, Revanche is known to participate in several legal businesses including arms smuggling, sale of stolen goods, land speculation, insider trading, marijuana laundering, sex rings, intermediary agencies for Jaeger Corps, and so on. Sale of stolen goods, so like, I guess maybe cell phones, but I think if you try to buy a stolen cell phone, that's gonna get SIM blocked. Due to its close ties to influential Diet members, Revanche was largely punished for its criminal offenses. While members may be arrested from time to time, it is common for their bail to be posted almost immediately.
なるほど。よくまとまってる情報だな。
今まで聞いていた話が的確にしかし改めて見る。
ああ、非合法なビジネスで
Revanche's main forces total about 300 members, including low-level workers both inside and outside the state. The company employs approximately 500 people total. Revanche's ranks include several former Jaegers and soldiers from neighboring countries, combined with its smuggling of cutting-edge orbital weaponry. Revanche is believed to have considerable military strength. Despite not being a large-scale crime syndicate, its influence extends past Frostbelt. Revanche holds deep ties with influential figures in both the Empire and the Republic. According to recent intel, Revanche has begun to lose ground to Heiyue, a rival organization, but has since bolstered its firepower by utilizing warhounds. This new development has led to Revanche regaining superiority.
ああ、前に下っ端と戦った時。
でもあの時の軍用犬そのまま運用しているみたいですね。私たちが捕まえたのも
そうだな。
ちょっと虚しくなるわね。
Marconi controls Crossbow's largest mafia as the current president of Revanche & Co. He is the fifth man to hold the position, but did not inherit it conventionally. 8 years ago, Marconi gained control by overthrowing the fourth John in an act of deceit and betrayal. Perhaps due to his Erebonian heritage, Marconi prioritized his relationship with members of the Diet's Imperial faction. His ties with Speaker Hartman in particular are well documented. On the other hand, he has made inroads with the Republican faction. Undoubtedly, Marconi seeks to leverage both factions in order to take advantage of Crossbow's unique circumstances. Furthermore, he seems to fashion himself after Erebonian nobility. His personal tastes include lavish garments and ostentatious furniture.
なんつうか、
ユーモラスな外見ですけど、やってることはえげつないです。
The hair fell off. I wonder if that was from my beard.
それに思っていた以上に柔軟で頭も切れる。
Well, it is thick, so.
帝国寄りなのに共和国方面。
相当。
Garcia Rossi. His official position at Revanche & Co. is General Manager of Sales. Behind the scenes, however, he acts as the Mafia's underboss and is the commander of its rank-and-file henchmen. Rossi previously served as the commanding officer of Zephyr Jaeger Corps. When Marconi toppled the former Don 8 years ago, he contacted Rossi to aid him in his bid for power. Afterwards, Marconi recruited him away from the Corps to join Revanche & Co. permanently. Rossi was the architect behind the Mafia's militarization and large increase in strength. In his Jaeger days, Garcia Rossi earned the moniker Killing Bearer by using his large frame and advanced military combat prowess to overwhelm enemies on the battlefield.
若頭の人、両兵団の西風の旅団。どこかで聞いた。
大陸西部において最強と謳われたその部隊長をやってたってことは相当な戦闘力なのは間違いねえな。
Those two Zephyr dudes, I thought they were, when they were in the Imperial faction, Ouroboros members, but that was when I was playing Cold Steel 2, and I realized that wasn't really the case later on. You actually didn't fight that many Ouroboros members in the first 2 games, just Vita, Clotilde, McBurn, and the second lady. The second Anguis.
キリングベアって名前も何度か耳にしたことね。
そうか。確かにすごい迫力だったけど。
The Vita, Clotilde.
やっぱりランディ、そういうのが詳しいんだな。
The reason it's not that I didn't remember her name, it's just that I realized that was actually her real name and not her pseudonym.
昔噂で聞いたくらいだけど。
Hartman is an extremely influential politician who holds the position of Speaker of the Crossbow Diet. By the way, I changed the pronunciation of Marconi to Marconi, but that was because Garcia in the Spanish kind of like messed with my C pronunciation. As a member of the Diet, he also acts as the leader of its imperial faction. A descendant of Orebonian nobility, Hartman owns a luxurious mansion located at Michelin in the far southern reaches of Crossbow State. He is also considered an old friend of Marconi, the president of Vervace & Co. It's believed Hartman cooperates in the Mafia's various criminal enterprises, including smuggling, arrow laundering, and so on. Furthermore, sources say that Hartman had an unofficial meeting with the Imperial Chancellor, Billy F. Osborne, last year in order to demonstrate his domestic and foreign authority.
なんつうか政治家ってより帝国の大貴族。しかし鉄血宰相と会見して。
ええ、非公式ではあるけれど、去年の春頃おじい様には会わずにハルトマン議長とだけ会談して、一時期各国の政界では
そんなことがあったのか。鉄血宰相、相当有名な人みたい。
何のために訪れたのか。
Yeah, he was built for fucking 7 games straight. It's actually kind of crazy. I mean, I whipped his ass the last Hiseki game I played. But still, man, 7 games of this guy being built like crazy.
冷酷かつ抜け目ないトップと歴戦の良兵だった若頭の存在、そしてハルトマン議長との関係。
しかもその議長ってのは鉄血宰相とも確かにクロスベルの警察が全く。
そうだな。
待ってください。渡されたメモリークォーツの中に
隠されたデータ
って隠したってんだろ。
ええ、どうやら後でお仕置きを。
それはともかくその隠されたデータも見れるか。
Like, it makes it seem like she's gonna give him a noogie or something, but for someone like me, I just expect her to do some CBT to this kid.
お茶の子さいさいです。
I was like, oh shit, did my controller drift? But no, that's diegetic.
シュバルツオークション。
エステルちゃんたちが言ってた例のイベント。はは、ガキ。
どうやら本当に存在。それもルバーチェ絡み。
ああ、怪しいとは思う。
Stella and Joshua did tell us about the Schwartz auction.
とにかく見てみ。
The Schwartz auction is an annual event staged by Vervace on the final day of the anniversary festival. It's held in the form of a private, largely secret party hosted at Speaker Hartman's mansion in Michelin. Most items up for bid are first-class works of art, such as paintings and jewelry, acquired through theft, bribery, tax evasion, and illegal back channels. Additionally, invites are not limited to just cross-bellons. Nobles and affluent people from across the continent are extended invitations, making the auction function as an off-the-record gathering of Zemuria's high society. Schwartz auction is a major source of income for Vervace. It also provides Speaker Hartman with the ideal place to a network of influential figures. Security is solely handled by Vervace's forces as well. Entry is prohibited unless a guest possesses a black invitation card engraved with a golden rose. It's like a fucking ARG. Remember when JRPGs were doing that in the handheld era? Like, coded and shit like that?
でもちょっとおかしいです。秘密にしている割にはかなり大規模なもの。
いや、警察とマスコミには厳重でもなければこんなもんが表沙汰にならねえわけが。その通りだ。
課長、
お疲れ様。
やれやれ。まさか自力でそこまでたどり着いちまうとはな。
Oh, we got a little help from Jonah.
ここじゃあなんだ。そっちの部屋で一通り話してやろう。
それじゃあのファイルにあった情報は。
ああ、そうだ。 誰が調べたもんかは知らんが、なかなか的確にまとめてやがるな。
でも警察の上層部では全て掴んでいるんですよね。
ああ、全員とは言わねえがな。警部クラス以上はもちろん、一家の連中は全員知ってる。遊撃士協会だって受付や有吉あたりだったら。
これも壁ってわけですか。
ああ、とびきりでかい壁だ。基本的に俺はお前たちの行動に、シュバルツオークションにだけはお前たちには荷が重すぎる。
でも
おいおい課長、言葉を間違え、俺たちに荷が重いってより警察そのものが動けね
え。それだけの有力者を招待して、しかも実質的な主催者の人、そんなの動けるわけが。民間人に危険が迫らない限り誰も手が出せないという。
悔しい思いをしてんのはお前たちだけじゃねえ。特に一家の連中は毎年歯ぎしりするような思いだろう。非人道的な催しだったら、それこそギルドに動かれる前に、どうやら出品物が黒い以外は豪華なパーティーってだけらしいから。実際下手に手を出しちまったら支援かごと潰され。だから今回ばかりは俺もお前らを止めざるを得ない。そういうこと
やれやれ。
納得しろ。だが現実を直視し、自分たちに何がどこまでできるか、そしてその悔しさを忘れない限り、いつかきっとお前たちが諦め。
わかりました。この件に関しては手を出すのは。
ロイドさん。
え。やれやれ。
Last time Lloyd relented like this, it caused Lisa, like, or Ellie McDowell to just be like, you know what, I don't know if this group is for me anymore.
Oi! いつまでもグースか寝てんじゃね。ったくしか。ほら、とっとと起きろっての。
あれ、
たく、どうして俺がやろうな。朝チュンでハンナの姉ちゃんに優しく起こされるのが俺様のスタイル。そしてコーヒーなんか入れて、いやいや、そのまま。
ごめん。
ああ、お嬢とティオスケが朝。
そっか。
なんだよ。
ランディってかっこいい。そういう気の使い方。
バカ、お前落ち込んでる野郎を慰め。
大丈夫。悔しい気持ち。
そうか。悔しい。そうやってだ
から子供はすぐに着替える。さて、記念祭も今日も忙しくなりそうだ。
Did I do something wrong?
4日目の業務を始めよう。新しい要請が入って。
そうね、今日は市内で放出物。
俺たちでや
な。
Well, let me... So I missed something. Yeah, I was thinking about this missable, but well, I guess I'll have to get that New Game Plus or something. Whatever. There's always something with that shit, so let me see. I was thinking that was going to like lead to like an exciting incident that would get to like my actual favorite part of the game, but turns out that's not the case. Now I could have like redid all of that, but you know what? I don't really care that much. The way it was written out was like pretty bad. Yeah, it kind of sets you up to like miss that shit because you get started on the dungeon and it's at an order where it's you get to like Jonah and you talk to him, but you don't accept the quest just yet, and you go here, but if you accept him immediately and just proceed as naturally it's supposed to go, you end up missing out on that book, so that's pretty annoying. Let me check my items. I mean, I oversaved the file, so there's not much I can do about that. Again, I'm not going to get the platinum in one run because I'd have to play in hard mode and do a bunch of other stuff. But I would have liked to get all of this shit out the way, at least. Anyway, let me save again. How deep am I in this? I might not have been so behind where I needed to actually make a save like that, but regardless, so, okay, let's see. Let me check. One killing quest. A dungeon quest after that. And then a photography quest. Alright, so let me think about this. What do I want to do? I think I'm gonna go ahead and fight an enemy, get that out the way. East Crossbow Highway, let's go. just because I still have a bit more time. This is usually when I start my streams these days, so I want to make sure that I'm done with this game relatively soon, so that I can get started on Crisis Core pretty quickly. Although I will say this, when it comes to Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, or really just the rest of this series, it might be delayed because I'm trying to get that job so I can get the PlayStation. And pay my medical bills and handle a couple of other things that require money. Now there's things I can do right now to replenish my funds. I'm not completely broke, but so many of them are just annoying. I want to get through my job as quickly as possible so that this can once again be my priority. Although keep in mind that a big aspect of this is me just waiting to see if I can even get the job. East Crossbow Highway. Blind and hypnotized. So if I get something that can prevent blind, I'll be good with that. Crossbow. Well, this is Old Armorica Road, so I guess I should treat it as a different locale, even though they're part of the same stretch. This will also be the ripping of the bandage, because, you know, if my concerns about my younger bro in this account are true, then it'll be something I'll have to deal with presently, but otherwise, and even like my old self, like concerns I had about how I used to approach things. It's something I'm gonna have to like deal with sooner rather than later, and it leads to a series of worst case scenarios, and so be it. So this is East Crossbow Highway. The enemy should be around here.
敵集団との戦闘を開始。私のタイプ。さて、えい。
任せ行くぞ。これが俺たちの力だ。
Alright, let's see. Bro, I'm a police officer. How you gonna tell me, like, yo, you can't go there? It's off limits. I'm no limits, man. Bubbly Scissors G. I guess I'll make my comeback. Alright, equipment, let's see. Prevent sleep. I'm blind, so sleep. blind. Item, battle scope. Okay, so I'm gonna burn them all. See, that already did so much damage. Okay, Wind, Soul Blur. Alright, let's see. Aerial. Alright, let's see. Item. What would prevent sleep? I did that heals a lot but doesn't restore a CP, so I don't feel like I'm wasting shit. Whatever, I guess I'll take... No, I'll take the CP recovery stuff. Okay, it's need to revive. So what's this infamous thing that can revive the dead? Shiny blue. A girly drink.
それ。
うまい。負けるか。それ。
ありがとう。なんとかしないと。ドライブ開始。それ。ありがとう。お返しよ。ダメダメです。
これが俺たちの力だ。
Alright, so let me check how many. Obviously, that was not how you wanted to do it. You wanted to actually like have everyone be prevented from having those status ailments, but I gotta get a little bit more S-crafts off. So that's the big thing of value I glean from all of that. Alright. Like, I got my ass beat, but that wasn't a hard fight. That was just a fight that I probably taken a different position in. Actually, let me look at my formation. Yeah, everybody's up in front. I need to have... I need to have it like this. Alright, so 200 CP after all of that. I'm not gonna go too long with this. As much as I could benefit from playing a bit longer, I don't want to actually get through this game a bit too quickly. We covered a lot of ground this time, so I'm glad about that. This has been your boy, Mr. Wonka7. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna have to get this controller charged the fuck up. Until then, suck my dick.